Hey, welcome to the show. This episode, I'm going to be talking about the Kings free agency period and a little bit about game one of the Summer League for the Kings. So, this free agency, everyone's like, oh, the Kings are going to be players. They can get this and that. They can get this guy. They can get this guy. There's a chance they can get him. They can get him. They probably not him, but maybe him. If you're a longtime Kings fan, this free agency period didn't surprise you one bit. The biggest name the Kings got was Harrison Barnes, which they already had. But I mean, when the news first broke, they're like, "Really, Harrison Barnes for 3 years, 54 mil? That's gonna be our big signing." And if you go back to my last video, I kind of had a suspicious feeling that they kind of talked around the league and they kind of figured out, you know what, we're not going to be able to sign anybody. Everyone's going here, this person's going here or there. So you know what, let's call back Harrison Barnes and say, hey, what do you feel about this? And he came back. So I mean, would you rather have Harrison Barnes 3 years 54 or Kuzma 4 years 104 or 102 mil a year? I mean, I'm going to go with Harrison Barnes. You know he fits. He's a good glue guy. And and Kuzma, I mean, I would have liked it, but for that much money, nah, I'm good. We good. As they say, we Gucci. But yeah, Harrison Barnes, I'll take it. Our starting lineup's basically gonna be the same. They re-signed Alex Lynn 1 year, 33.2 mil. And I'm not too mad. I'm not mad about that. He showed at the end of the year and in the playoffs that, you know what, maybe he is a serviceable backup big man. We lost Metu to the Suns. So, and Holmes, of course, got traded to the Mavs. I kind of like Alex Lynn. He showed he has some potential. He's a big man. He's a rim protector. He's not an offensive threat, but he's a backup. So he'll be in there with the bench with Monk and some of those other scorers. So I'm not mad at that. I kind of like that pick. I kind of like re-signing him, see what he's got. Maybe he'll surprise us and he'll show out. Also, they re-signed Trey Lyles, 2 years, 16 mil. Another good pickup. He quietly had a real good year last year with the Kings. Like he would just come in, get you 16 and 5. Another good. If they go small ball, he's a good backup center. He can knock down that big three. Corner three was like his main shot. Someone drive, kick, and next thing you know, Trey Lyles wide open for the three. He was pretty clutch last year, so I'm not mad at that either. There's kind of a joke with the Kings fans, a bunch of Trey Bays out there that were happy. The Probably the biggest signing this free agency. He wasn't a free agent, but Sasha from Serbia. It's official. They got him, signed him to a 3 year, 20 mil. He came in last night for medicals. Kind of wondering if he'll be at the game tonight. That'd be kind of cool to see him in the stands. I'm sure he'll get a nice applause if he is in the stands. So, I mean, this free agency, it wasn't like, oh my gosh, they got this guy. It's like, typical Kings offseason. They couldn't really get anybody. But, I mean, all these big names, yeah, they opted out of their contracts, but majority of them went right back to the team that they opted out of. Draymond Green went back to the Warriors, which that was obvious that was going to happen. I don't know why everyone's like, oh my gosh, he's going to go to the Blazers. Oh my gosh, he's going to go to the Suns. It's like, no, he's going back to the Warriors. Let's be real. Kyrie back to the Mavs. Everyone was like, oh my gosh, he's meeting with, I forgot what team he was meeting with. It's like, no, that's all smoke. He's not going anywhere. He's staying with the Mavs. Chris Middleton, he stayed with the Bucks. They got Lopez stayed with the Bucks. It's like all these big names, they opted out, and people were thinking, oh my gosh, they are going to go to this team. This is going to be awesome. No. Cool the Jets. They're just opting out to get more money over more period of time. That's all that was. Especially with this new CBA. There was no big surprise to me, really. Only, yeah. So yeah, that's that. Now the Kings' first summer league game was pretty interesting. It was kind of cool. Keegan Murray ran a lot more point. He had the ball in his hands a lot more, which is one of his main focuses this offseason was to be more of a better ball handler to try to create his own shot. He performed pretty well. He caught a body with a dunk, and you could tell like Monk and Mitchell were like, "Oh my gosh, like what is going on?" And then in the background, you can see like some of the old Kings coaches like, "Did I see what I think I saw?" It was pretty cool. It caught a body. Uh, the the battle's gonna be for the third string point guard. Keon Ellis, he's in the running. He performed pretty well last year in the G League. Another game that guy that kind of showed out this game was Jordan Ford. He had a real solid game. I can see him being in the battle for that third string point guard now that Deladova is back overseas. Uh, Jordan, he looked good. He's knocked down a couple jump threes. He had a nice little float game. I mean, of course, they're not going to be expecting a lot from him, third string point guard, just in case I kind of throw out there if something happens. But he looked pretty solid. I wasn't mad. Wasn't mad with that. Uh, it'll be interesting. Today's game, the second game of the summer league, Keegan Murray's last game. They said he's only going to be playing 2 games. They just kind of wanted to see how he's progressing. And so far, I would say you can tell he doesn't belong in a summer league because he's just different. He had, I believe, it was 29 points in game one. So we'll see how he does tonight. Summer league's just kind of iffy. It's kind of a glorified pickup game to where players aren't really passing. It's all me, 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 me. One player that really needs to step it up is Queta. He did. He's just one of those guys to me. He's almost too good for the G League, but not good enough for the NBA. He's just a tad. He's a big guy, so you would think he's a good rim protector. His feet are just a little slow. I want to say he had like 7 fouls the other day. He's just a little slow in reacting. Can't quite get there in time, and so he fouls. He had a couple nice blocks. I was just kind of hoping it would be there a little bit better this year, but I know they have a qualifying offer. He hasn't. I don't think he's signed it yet. But he needs to step it up, and I'm thinking that's also why they signed Alex Lynn this year, because they kind of have a feeling Queta isn't quite ready to be that backup center. He played a couple games last year, so we'll see how he does tonight. He got better as the game went, but he started. It was this doesn't look good. So we'll see how he does tonight. He can only get better. But there's really no jump shot. All he really is a rim protector. He's got no offense. So it's all defense. That's all you're going to get really from him. Maybe put back dunks. So yeah, I'm interested. Kobe Jones, the rookie, he had an alright game. They put him at point guard to see how he handled the rock. He didn't do too bad. Made a couple, I think he made like 1 3. Nothing flashy, 54th pick. It's like you're not going to expect him to break the bank or anything. Or was he a 34th pick? One of those picks, I don't know. But, I mean, he'll be a role player. You're not expecting him to be like a Keegan Murray or anything. So we'll just see how he does tonight as well. Yeah, that's about all I got. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think of the free agency, the games that Kings have been playing. Hit the like button, subscribe. See you on the other side.